Let me turn this around. There we go. What up, y'all? It's Ford Neck 2156 coming to y'all live. Sorry about the little brief, have to switch the camera around sometime since I'm using my phone. Today I did two reviews on Skoal Wintergreen Extra, Longhorn Wintergreen Extra, and I did one a couple of weeks or two back, Grizzly Wintergreen. One of my friends said, "Why don't you just try mixing them all since they're all wintergreen?" You know what? I have thought about mixing all three of them. Never thought to mix wintergreen with wintergreen either. So each of these, I'm going to be doing Longhorn. I'll pinch that into surprisingly, a Copenhagen can that I have with a Grizzly lid, a blue one. A Skoal wintergreen, or extra wintergreen. And then I have Grizzly wintergreen mixed with Copenhagen wintergreen. Don't know how that happened, but it did. Here's the can. I guess my brother was dipping on them. Don't know. There we go. Alright, so let's start off with the base. Hell, they're all wintergreen. That is the base. Of all, let's see if I can. All three of these are wintergreens. Alright, so what do I want to be the base? Well, I want the base to be something that I enjoy dipping because, as y'all know, Longhorn is not the strongest in flavor. So it won't be the base. Grizzly is the strongest, so I'll put it as the base. I'll probably put Longhorn in the middle. Each of my cans have already been opened and me did a review, so I have dipped a little out, except for the Skoal. For some weird reason, it looks like it's more full than it was. So pack, crack. It didn't really get a good pack, surprisingly. I added a little water to it. And I'm going to be using an empty, I wish this camera would work right, an empty can bottom. And I'll show y'all before I put it in there, and then I'll show y'all when it's in there, how much I added to it. I'm not even sure how this is going to work. Let's just get a 2-finger pinch. That much. Of Grizzly. Well, Grizzly and Copenhagen mix. Yep. Grizzly Copenhagen mix. So that's 2 in 1. And each one I'm going to pack it so you see how much is in there. Because I'm a true person. So that right there is a 2-finger pinch of Copenhagen and Grizzly. Now to add the Skoal, and I'm going to do it for all the cans, so be ready to hear packing. That's how much is in there now. Pack it real quick. I added a little extra water to this one because it was super dry. Don't know why. But most of the dips I get are pretty dry. And this time I think I can just pinch it and get a bigger load. That's going to be, I went out of order, but it'll still mix properly. So this one's going to be, and I'll put a little more of this one, the Skoal in there. That's odd. They look actually the exact same. I'll put just a killer filler in. And I'm going to try to separate them side to side so I know when I show y'all. I'm not going to pack this yet because I want to show y'all what it looks like right now. Wait, is that Skoal? Yes, that's Skoal. Where's the... Oh, that's Grizzly. Oh, there's Skoal. So that was the Skoal. I'm going to just gently pack it next to the side here so I know which one is which. So I'm not going to tell you all wrong. Skoal is on, when I flip it up. Skoal is right here. Grizzly is down here. Grizzly's a lighter color than the Skoal, but just because I put a little extra water in there just to make it pack nice. Now long cut. Let me pack it and then I'll show y'all. A long cut. Doesn't even look like I took a pinch out. This morning I did. So let's do the 2 fingers since it's the most mild. If I can only get my fingers down. And you know what? That did not pack that well. I do not recommend doing this unless you have the time and effort in a rug where you can't see. Don't recommend it. For y'all's viewing pleasure only, 4 wintergreens, all wrapped into one. And I'm going to add 2 pinches of this. So pretty much it's going to be a full can. Yep, definitely going to be a full can after this. All wintergreeny. That was the... Let me show you how much is in this one so you know how much I took out. Took 2 solid pinches out of that. Alright, so that was Skoal. That was Skoal. No, first layer was Grizzly wintergreen mixed with Copenhagen wintergreen. Already in the Grizzly can, don't know why. Then 1 pinch of Skoal wintergreen. Then 2 pinches of Longhorn wintergreen. I'm going to try to separate them in the can so y'all can maybe have a little there. Okay. So what you got here, I'm trying to get the light so it shows in a little bit better. There we go. You have Grizzly on the bottom, Longhorn on this side, and then Grizzly on this side. So that's pretty big pinch. Alright, putting the lid on. Not a real good fitting lid because I don't know what can this came off of. Oh, Copenhagen. Don't have a Copenhagen lid anywhere around. I have the rings for Copenhagen cans, but no Copenhagen can. Oh well. And give it a mix. I hope they mix okay. Whoa, okay. Somebody's getting a party in this thing. Okay. Let me see what it looks like. That's actually a funny mixture. See if it's packable. Once it gets packed, I'll show y'all what it looks like. Alright. So this is all 3 of those mixed into 1 can. It all looks the same. But will it taste the same is the thing. I don't even know how... The smell's not the same. It smells kind of funky. I hope not one of my dips went bad or something. Because I just bought the Skoal and the Longhorn yesterday. The Grizzly and Copenhagen I bought the day before. Whatever. You live once. But this is what it looks like. All 3 of those mixed together, or 4 of those are all mixed together. I don't even know how I want to go about pinching this. It's such a big... Technically it's a half a can. Don't really know if y'all can see that it's a half a can. Maybe a little over half. I'm not just going to put the whole half a can. If y'all would like to me to do a full can of something, leave it down in the description of what you want me to do a full can of. And if it won't kill me, I might do it. Although a lot of reviews on Outlaw's channel almost killed them. Like a full can of Siberia. Don't do it. You'll be kind of dumb to do that. Siberia is the strongest nicotine content tobacco that you can find. And you can go to Northerner website, not sponsored, and purchase it there with a lot of other different tobaccos, which is really nice. I don't use the website myself. I just go right down to the gas station, pick these up. But I'll probably go on there sometime in the next couple weeks and get a can of Siberia so y'all can get a review over that. I'm going to regret myself for doing it. I'm just stalling because I don't know how the flavor of this, because it's all wintergreen. It might just taste like just a regular wintergreen, but it's 3 different companies. Oh, 4 different companies. So think of 4 cans, 4 pinches, all into 1 can. The smell I'm getting off of it is kind of disturbing. Well, let's just see what we got. I'm going to take a man pinch. I'm trying to think of which side I want to go on. Left doesn't have enough room. Or right doesn't have enough room. Left has enough room. Oh my god. It's like if you go back to a later video, you would see, where's the can lid to this? This crap shit. Where are you? Well, it tastes just like Red Seal. But this one has so much of Grizzly, so much of the Copenhagen, so much of the Longhorn. The Skoal is kind of hidden. It's not the worst. I still say Red Seal, Wintergreen, Fine Cut is worse. But I do not. Let me be the one to test it for y'all. I would highly recommend, if you're going to mix any of these together, yeah, Skoal, Long Cut, Longhorn, Grizzly, Copenhagen, any of those 4, Grizzly and Copenhagen are good together because Copenhagen is a mild burn, Grizzly is a stronger burn. That's why I paired those 2 up probably in the first place. Skoal is just it's Skoal. I mean, it's the same. Mild burn, milder than Grizzly and milder than Copenhagen. Longhorn doesn't even have a burn at all because it is the weaker of it all. Skoal is a mild. I would not compare these 2 together because they taste. I can taste them both, but it's a weird pairing together. I would say if you were going to go with, these 2 as your base, and you had just a can of Longhorn, I'd probably pair it with Grizzly. These 2 together, just because Longhorn is mild, Grizzly is a sharper burn. Skoal, since it's a mild too, and Copenhagen's a mild, dip them separate. Do not combine these two. If you have Grizzly as your base for all three of these, it'll work. But don't mix three bases together with one in the middle. There needs to be a bond, harmony between all of them. That is one freaky flavor. It's almost like, how can I explain it in a better terminology? The flavor of this is like if you went out and boiled pine needles, make a tea out of them, or a hot drink. That's what this tastes like. Pine tree. Hold on. I just realized my. Ow! Come here, Charter. Holy hell. Sorry, gotta plug you in for a second. There we go. So I'll go handheld with this. Sorry if it's shifty. That's just my hand. But I am using my Blue Lives Matter mud jug again, since it's the only one I got. Actually, it's probably going to be the only one I get for a while. But yeah, I don't want to show you those. All four of these. I don't know if you could see that. Let me turn the camera around and try to give y'all a better view of them. Copenhagen mix, Skoal, Wintergreen X, Longhorn cut. All three are long cuts. All three are wintergreen. They have their individual flavors. Mild is the Longhorn, mild Skoal, strong burn Grizzly, mild Copenhagen. So let me rearrange them so you can see them. And yes, from left, Longhorn, Skoal, and Copenhagen, and Grizzly, these three are mild. This one has a good burn to your gum. Now, return that back around. So, each of these, if I just did the Longhorn, the Skoal, and the Copenhagen, it'd be so mild you couldn't really get the full flavor. They mix okay. I mean, if you have Longhorn and Skoal, you can mix them. If like you have just a small amount of Longhorn left, you can mix it with Skoal, you can mix it with Skoal, and it will taste okay. Copenhagen, if you have none of that left, mix it with definitely Grizzly. Keep the two higher qualities together. I'm not saying that Skoal and Longhorn aren't high quality. They're a little cheaper price. Copenhagen and Grizzly are a little bit more expensive. If you want not a wintergreen, I'll probably try Grizzly mint, Copenhagen mint, and Longhorn mint sometime down the road, just to put a, So that was basically a 4-can suicide of all three of the, a 4-can suicide of those. You got your Longhorn on top. You got your Grizzly, Copenhagen, Skoal. My favorite out of those four is definitely Copenhagen. But I dip all four of these anyway. Since this is getting to 20 minutes, I'm going to use the statements. If y'all like this video, hit that like button. It just tells me that y'all are interested in dipping videos like this, if y'all are wanting me to change up the camera a little bit and use the back camera if it was better to see things with, let me know. This one's a little fuzzy because it's the front facing, or facing me. Still has a weird flavor, but I get over it. It's pretty good, actually. It is pretty good. Just the afternote's pretty off, but dip is dip in my book. But yeah, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. Let me know. If you've dipped one or the other of these four, Longhorn, Copenhagen, Grizzly, or Skoal, let me know which one y'all prefer down in the comments. I read them all the time. Haven't had that many on most of my videos, but this one I definitely want some comments from. Too bad you can't combine cigarettes this way. If you could, I would do that too. But you can't unless you make your own, and I don't have the gear to do that. Nor do I want to take the time to do it. But let me know in the comments which one of those four you like. And if you aren't subscribed, subscribe and look at the playlist review. I have a lot of other playlists, which is truck playlist and music for trucks and all that stuff. Look at those too if y'all want. I also have a music playlist, songs that I like. But yeah, like I say in all my endings, just like Roman Atwood says, smile more often. I love y'all, and have a good evening.